So Luther Gulick and Ulrich. So coming to the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, many attempts were made to develop the principle of organization to meet the requirement of emerging industry. So first of all, Taylor was mentioned as a scientific management. Henry Fayol as a French manager who developed what today is known as a classical organization. There are also many other contributed to the conceptualization of theory, and they developed the theory of keeping organization efficiency, productivity and their goals. So American and the British theorists synthesizing the organization management theory applicable to public organization, जिसमें Gulick and Ulrich was their edited volume of paper of the Science of Administration in 1937 is considered to be an important landmark, and they synthesizing and integrated the ideas writing theories also. Luther Gulick, it is in 92 and 1993. So that was acknowledged founder of administration thought, a pioneer legend for was born in the Yamamoto of Japan. He spent initial time USA, graduated from the Oberlin, majoring political science and high honor, obtained PhD and Columbia University से he secured 1939 and conferred the LLD. LLD was also literature of D, so he was director also. Okay. And after then, Lyndon Urwick was as a avoiding the advocate of scientific management, an outstanding management consultant, thinker भी थे, writer भी थे, was born in the यूके. जो उर्विक थे वो यूके में बॉर्न हुए थे. पहले हमने गुलिक के बारे में बताया. Then after graduation from the New College of Oxford, they joined the family business during the World War, and he joined the army, rising rank of the major, joined the Ronty York, and later worked for director International Institute of Management. So Gulick and Urwick was a rich experience in working of the civil service, military, industrial organization. It is because of this that one find the continuous reference to a discipline efficiency. They borrowed concept like line and staff from military, and they influenced the machine model of the developed Taylor and the study industrial management. And Henry Fayol also influenced by thinking, driving the inspiration mainly from their work, and the two thinkers synthesizing the classical theory, and they believe that it is possible to develop the science of administration based on principle. And they pointed out fact even engineer time was considered to be the craftsman who developed the skills also. So what kind of, first of all, structure and administration. So one notable feature in the writing of this thinker was important. They was a structure of administration, while almost neglecting the role of men. Orwick was remarked that it is impossible for humanity to advance the knowledge of organization unless factor of the structure isolated from the consideration. However, so he traces a large proportion of friction with the major consequences to the faulty structural arrangement, and they were talking about identification of tasks and their grouping given up the priorities. And also Urwick is aware of the fact that to begin with may not have a clean state, but suggests the one may assume have a clean design idea structure. So concerning on the organization as a designing process, Urwick was designed is illogical, cruel. So illogical because it is increasing, appoint a person and pay him wages. So now this is all about. Now principle क्या दिए थे इन्होंने. So having a stress the importance of the structure as the designing process, Gulick and Urwick devoted their attention to the discovery of principle based on which is Gulick was enumerated the 10 principle: division of work, base of departmental organization, coordination, deliberate coordination through the committee, decentralization, unity of command, staff in line, delegation and span of control. So among these principles, Gulick laid down the special assumption. He feels that the division of work is the basis for the organization. Indeed, the other classical administration theory also made this is very important tenet for the organization. At each stage of the subdivision of the work of the followed by the interrelating of the dividing the part, the focus of attention shifted from the grouping of various activities like collecting subunit together and interrelating, creating the organization. So Urwick was identifying the 8 principles of the principle of objective, principle of correspondence, principle of responsibility, principle of scalar chain, and principle of span of control, principle of specialization, principle of coordination, and principle of definition. Okay, later on the integrating Fayol के जो 14 principles थे, you know about that, and Follett and Dracunas also. Orvik derived 20 principles out of them. First was investigating, forecasting, planning, appropriateness, organization, coordination, order, command, control, coordination, authority, scalar principle, assignments, leadership, delegation, functional definition, and centralization, staffing, spirit, interpretation, general interest, centralization, staffing, spirit, and rewards and initiative, equity, discipline, and stability. Urvik felt that administration organization is still an unexplored field and there are many unknown like fuller understanding. He therefore suggests that the principle are a framework for the arrangement of ideas and which would help to the synthesizing their experiences. Executive function क्या होते हैं? Gulick identifying the functions of the executive, he coined the post scope. So what he coined, that was a post scope, incorporating the functions at each letter in the acronym. One important function, and the first was P. P stand for planning and concerned with the identification of various activities and arranging them term of priority sequences. In other words, it is function of the planning, human and the material resources, and organization discover way and means of reaching the goals. And O is the organization. After planning the activity of administration, one should structure the administration organizing through the activities are there. Stand for staffing, and it is connected with the all aspect of the personal administration like recruitment, appointment, promotion, discipline, and D is for the directing, that was related to the orders and issued by the manager's subordinate directing to the activities. Goes for the coordination, relate not only to the evidence of the conflict but also to secure the cooperation and teamwork. R stand for the reporting, it is the symbolizing the upward flow of the information. An executive could keep himself posted with the progress of activities, and a good communicator system is imperative for the activities of organization. So finally the word B is for the budgeting, covering the entire field of the finance, and as a finance is indispensable for the administration, the executive has the adequate attention to the budgeting. Theory of departmentalization, Gulick was four bases for the like 4P was there, and that was the process, person, place, and purpose. Okay, so at length of the merit and demerits of each one of these ways, departmentalization is the main proposition of the discussion of the advantage. And in the first stage, work may be divided on the basis of major purpose, identifying the major functions, goals, and Gulick was emphasizing self-containment of the organization, low coordination cost involved. So the secondly process of the specialization suggested by the alternate to the purpose, if this basis are accepted, so skills should be grouped together. Gulick was discussed in the length of the merits and demerits of the basis. For instance, like he said, it make the certain is accomplishment of the given purpose, and expert agencies and service which are to be performed of the work. Minimum outside interference. He was devote the energy get with the job. After listing out the advantage of the base, he was created the basis for purpose. Use the most up-to-date permit efficient utility, likewise virtues of the process. So this is all about he was talking about. And after then the specialization of the work is according to the client serves the third base, and Gulick was that members of the department develop the specialized skills serving the particular group. But this principle is not only inadequate and universal application, but coordination between such organization become difficult. So now there was in this whole function perform in given areas clubbed together, and this base may be fruitfully used for the intensive development of the area. The theory of departmentalization of the base for such common sense, and whenever work is to be divided and subunits are created, the merits and demerits of the base have to be weighted before taking the decision. Gulick did not consider other important factor, and the specialization may be determined by the culture of the organization. Single executive, Gulick did not favor the headed by the plural body, and but instead of single executive, Urvik and instead felt that the committee encouraged the irresponsibility. They are used to shield mistake, avoid responsibility, and substantive point was like President Committee, Administration Management, of which Gulick was a member. The committee say for the purpose of management, board and commission have the turned out for the failure, and there's mechanism like the well-managed administration unit in the government are almost without headed by the single administration. They also felt the subordination should be receive order only from the one superior. At the same time, were aware of that the principle of unity of command is not capable of universal application. It is known that Taylor proved the function supervision would be help increase the efficiency. Staff principle was also borne out the principle of the unity of leadership, where all authority rests with the leader and the receive the assistant in the running the organization, and the staff is such assistant both special and general. Gulick and Urvik feel that the special staff unit do not exercise so the objective of the staff is discharge knowing, thinking, planning, and authority of idea. The general staff is also necessary for the assist the executive, and they must draw up the transmit the orders, follow the operations, help the coordinate the workers, and the present committee on the administration was Gulick applied the idea of the civil organization. Delegation, the delegation authority was another important principles. So in this absence of delegation, the subordinate cannot discharge their responsibility if the executive do not have the enterprise the delegate, and there was do not know about the delegate. He emphasizing the need to delegate the responsibilities, and he maintained the authority and responsibility, that is co-terminus or co-responsible. Span of control, principle of span of control postulate that the official cannot effectively simultaneously more than certain subordinate at the time. Urvik say that the superior can effectively supervise selected worker if the most of the subordinate whose work is interlocked. He observed that the number of subordinate increased the arithmetically and the relationship geometrically. So this is Urvik. However, what was not the dogmatic about the number of says, but it is very useful for the principle and the diagnostic instrument in the case where the organization weakness. And Gulick, unlike the Urvik, was less categorical, and now there was a determining the span of control. Three factor would be determining by the span identified in this first place. The span depends upon the individual and person with the superior knowledge, intellect, and personality, and now work is transacted by the possible to effective, and other hand where is the diversified and qualitative worker are the scattered. So this is all about the span of control. Human factor and the time is also important. Like Gulick was in letter writing was much happened. So administration and the analysis of its nature since edited the papers of the science of administration. It is 17 years ago based on the 50 years analysis, and the government constituted a human being are run by the human being and have a job helping controlling serving the humans and guiding the field into the future on the foundation identifying as to how the human being are constitute and factor that are the intrinsic study the administration emphasizing that main function of the state should be human welfare and improvement of the challenges of the ever changing environment. Unfortunately, the structure of modern state is specifically designed so now there is with the authority all the work are not authority assigned the subordinate. So now there is a Gulick emphasizing the need for the introduce greater decentralization and hierarchical military structure. He suggested the public administration should forego the non-existence of the economy, deal with realistically with the not existence of the free market. So without it there is a change, no growth, no cause and effect, no responsibility. He notes the public policy innovations are rooted in the timing and democracy is also important. Gulick ने identified किया था different aspect of the time input, time of the output, time of the flow of the events. He emphasizing that he practically significant implication for the public administration, principle of management, culture and timing is essential for and now there is a he emphasizing the time must be become a central strategic moral concern. Critical evaluation करें तो Gulick and Urvik was the subjected to serves criticism while the writing so much about the principles and normally principles are universal truth subject to verification. Such universal validity appears to be the absent of the principle of administration. L.D. White says that the term line and staff auxiliary hierarchy and authority centralization were useful term for the describing the classifying the administration situation. They are no more, they are not rules, but they suggest only the working rules of the conduct. ठीक है. And Herbert Simon stand high among those who attach to the principles like the Bertram Grow notes the Simon will long be read with the pleasure for its free swinging attack on the Gulick and Urwig principle of homely proverbs and myths. लो साइमन ने इसको homely proverbs बताया, myths and slogans बताया. Simon say that it is a fatal defect of the current principles and like proverbs they occur in pairs. So for almost every principle can find equally ठीक है. Although the two principles are in pair but with lead to the exactly opposite. And there is nothing theory indicate which is the proper for this. For instance, the proverb say that administration efficiency increase by the specialization. So specialization does not help in choosing between the two alternatives. It is to be simple, a simplicity that concern the fundamental ambiguities. Okay, so the another contradictory situation related to the principle of span of control. Principle assert that the administration efficiency increase by keeping level of the organization minimum. This is supposed to help the simplification, but level are thus reduced and the span of control increase, resulting the violation of the important principle. Simon also pointed out the contradiction involved choosing between the principle of departmentalization, the principle of administration are base criteria describing and all state principles to be considered in the design efficient administration. So keeping in overall efficiency relating to the advantage disadvantage of the principles, the perhaps the most critical failure of this administration science is incapacity content theory. So the principle tend to the dissolve when put to the test. So the basis for departmental organization are criticizing on the basis of incompatible with each other, and there is overlapping between them and they are said to be the vague. Further, it is pointed out the principles are prescriptive, not descriptive, and they state how work should be divided and organization grow according to the dictate of the situation. And now this was the departmental organization are being adopted in this organization. For instance, defense department based on the purpose of the geographical subdivision, they may have a clientele subunits. The classical administration theory is criticizing for neglecting the human elements. In this writing, the classical thinkers there are certain trends which is considered the human is insignificant. In this like tendency of to treat the human being as instrument of incapable of doing the something. So there is no doubt that this some evidence has been found the writing of the classical theory is aware of the human elements, and for instance Gulick social experiment must be made by the man. So this greatly restrict the process of verification hypothesis, not only because of the values of dignity of human life but also the humans are continually experiment involving themselves. So he also pointed out the dealing with the human with the encounter the rare dynamic elements which is compounded the predictable, unpredictable, rational, emotional conducts. So we are not able except that rarest circumstances to set up the control experiments. And we more think we can say there is an argument of Gulick and Urwig shown concern only for the formal organization to total neglect the informal organization, and it is matter of the common knowledge. Okay, so the human behave in the way that suit their instinct and want, hence the actual behavior always differ from the tended behavior. ठीक है. So dynamic nature of the administration and even changing setting which is function is not given adequate attention to the classical theorist. Alfred Dement ने कहा था कि most of the conceptual constraint is organization have a steady bias, मतलब ये biased हैं एक दूसरे के प्रति. ठीक है. And the organization goal undergo a constant change, and now study of administration must take into consideration. No doubt Gulick to some extent aware of the role of the change when the observe the principles, and but the fact is that change as such has not adequate. Simon and Marsh pointed out the limitation of the classical administration. The first relate to the improper motivational assumption. Second was the little appreciation for the intra-organization conflict है यहाँ पे. Third was the constraint placed the human being by the limitation of complex information. Fourthly, attention was given to the role of cognition in the task identification. Last was the program evaluation was not good. So the Subramaniam was pointing out the important limitations of this classical theory, like lack of sophistication of the theory, intellectual curiosity नहीं है, and lack of practically आप apply नहीं कर सकते. Classical theories are the pro management bias, and the theory only deal with the problems of management, not the other operational problem involve the level of management. So in spite of the varied criticism, Gulick and Ulrich के जो idea थे, that was literature of public administration. No textbook of administration is complete without the discussion of the principle. So underlining the proposition stated as a principle by the classical thinkers cannot be tested. Even they could not discard them the inescapable conclusion. And Gulick was captured the development of the field of public administration, important to public administration, political moral and the concern. And Reinhardt was noted, we now negotiate with the administration and moral choices. Okay. सो व्हाट इज़ इन ब्रीफ में हम बताएं तो गुलिक जो था एक्नॉलेज फाउंडर ऑफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन थॉट एंड मिलिट्री एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से इसने सीखा सिग्निफिकेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन थ्योरी पेपर्स ऑन द साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एडिटेड कंसीडर द लैंडमार्क फॉर द साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड एम्पिरिकल ऑब्जर्वेशन एनालिसिस इज इक्वली एप्लीकेबल टू द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द साइंस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन गुलिक एंड नॉर्विक वॉज emphasizing the importance of the structure and designing process devoted the attention to the principle based on the structure and the consideration of the structure. Now Gulick ने जो दिया था POSCOP, that was the letter of the function and the acronym was the correspond help understanding the functions of the organization. Gulick was considered the division of work basis for the organization and the four basis was the 4P. So one was the purpose, process and place also. And now there was a Gulick and Orvik was their writing discuss detail of the application of many principles like the staff and delegation span of control. Gulick in his writing was human factor is focused also. After all, government constituted human being are run by the human being and have their main job helping, contributing and the serving. Gulick also emphasizing time as a crucial factor. He identifying 5 aspect: time of input, time of output, flow and gap जो है टाइम के अंदर. ठीक है. And the principle of organization was criticized for the contradiction and inadequacy, but now the human elements is in his later writing of the Gulick emphasizing the role of the human being and cannot be serious study of the science of administration without reference to the principle of organization, understanding and dynamic nature of applications of principle, different administrative situations and major challenges also. So this all was about the Gulick and Ulrich. Now we are going to discuss the Mary Parker Follett. So Mary Parker Follett occupying the prominent place among the contribution to the administration and known as a public even to some writer of the teacher. She carved out the prominent place in what she was largely a work, but unfortunately her work has been forgotten, but it gave the credit for the initiating study of industrial group and she was turned the attention from the traditional and state for community concentrate on the study of industry. She revolved the principle of human association, organization, industry and the convicted businessmen of the practically this principle dealing with the current problems. Blended theory, fact, ideal, admirable. She demonstrated her belief for the drawing illustration and from affair of government, industry and business and home war. And she was gifted writer with the rare capacity of the presenting original ideas and great simplicity, lucidity, and her writing are repeated with the practical wisdom and deep intuition for the thinking and the all pervading spirit of the democratic dynamism. So now what is about the life? तो सबसे पहले ये मैसाचुसेट मतलब में यूएसए में शी वॉज फॉलेट वॉज बोर्न एंड हर अर्ली वॉज एक अकेडमी थी दैट वॉज बॉस्टन में थियर अकेडमी. शी वॉज देयर. शी वॉज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय द टीचर्स फ्रॉम शी गॉट स्टिमुलेटेड बाय इंटेलेक्ट एंड द लर्न सिंप्लिसिटी ऑफ द लाइफ and Follett ideas conceptually provide the fascinating perspective critical manager administration theme like conflict, power, authority, responsibility and control, and group participation, business, society management, and their continued relevance. Her ideas was the cohesiveness and language and wisdom inside. It is very difficult, almost impossible to summarizing the ideas. So we shall examine her ideas. Follett is according very high importance for the problems of the conflict, and she was elaborated the constructive conflict before the Bureau of Personal Administration. She advances the idea of the constructive conflict and the process of activities organization which is socially different from the registered themselves. सो फॉलेट का जो था नो वारफेयर बट इट इज़ ओनली द अपीयरेंसेस ऑफ द डिफरेंस एंड of between employers and the employee, but also the between managers and so conflict तो inevitable होता ही है. Organization sees this conflict unavoidable. Instead of criticizing it is something that one should try to capitalize on its make use to do something good. So Follett, conflict is a moment in the interaction of the desired just as a destructive way of the dealing with such moment. They also the constructive way moment of the appealing, the focusing different may be the sign, the health and the progress. So drawing the analogies from this, all polishing is done. We get the music from the violin by the friction. So the question is how to make the conflict work. Follett say that there are the three way of resolving, like domination, compromise and integration. Domination is the victory of the one side or the other sides, and so it is the easiest moment it is not successful, and the problem with the domination is that addition to the discomfort caused by the dominated, and since each party retain action tendency that led to the confrontation of the first place. Now next one is this is evident from what has happened after the First World War, and compromise is generally that way of people settle most of the conflict. In this given of the little settle the conflict so that which has been interrupted, so desired settle the issue through the compromise is widely accepted method of resolving conflict. Rarely people want to compromise at this involving the something. Integration जो third stage है, resolving the conflict in this two desire are integrated and neither side need to be the sacrifice. So Follett consider integration as a method dealing with the conflict as it has some advantage. She says that compromise does not create but only deal with the existing, whereas the integration creates something new, ideas, inventions and emergence of new values, and it lead to the use of better techniques and also save time and resources. Another advantage is that integration goes to root of the problem and put an end to the conflict permanently. If we deal with the conflict or the compromise, they may come up again in some other form, and people are not always happy for fulfilling of only part of their desires. So fulfilling whole of the desires, she illustrated this point from the industrial international controversies. Integration is stabilizing settled it permanently. While the pointing out the advantage of integration as a method settling the conflict, Follett not aware about the difficulties, and Follett does not think that it is always possible to achieve the integration. She says when two men want to marry one woman, there can be integration. There can't be integration, and there may be such cases of conflict where integration is difficult, almost impossible. Follett says that it is often difficult to say whether a decision reflects integration or compromise, and this is result that the desire of the people to solve the problem through the integration. And if we are conscious advantage, so integration is very important. Base of integration, Follett discuss the base of achieving the integration. The first step towards the achieving is according to bring the differences of the open instead of suppressing them. We cannot hope integrate, she asserted, over differences unless we know what is needed. Therefore is to uncover and identify the understand the real issues and they involve the finding out the significance. Okay, so feature of the involving the conflict, this is more or case with the conflict involving. So now this is necessary because of the tendency among the managers to deal with the dramatic moment and always the significant moment, and that lead to the uncovering the real conflict. So the second step in the breaking up the whole, to consider the demand of the involving the conflict and break them into the constitutional part. This involving the examining the symbol use which is unavoidable organization. This is turned the careful scrutinizing the languages, and Follett languages use the symbolic, and therefore one should one guard to know about the being symbolized. Integration is not only involving the breaking up the wall, but it is important articulate for wall demands. Anticipation of conflict is the third step. So, anticipation does not mean the avoidance of conflict but responding to it differently. To illustrate this, Follett gave the example of man who liked the motoring while his wife liked the walking, and he anticipated what her might be to the suggestion that motor on the Sunday afternoon but tiring, but the play tennis in the morning. For Follett, integration is like a game of chess, and anticipating response is to itself not enough. There's need for preparation for response, and a good example of circular response, that is game of tennis. And this is the circular response and the behavior through the it's much light on the conflict and the circular behavior as the basis for the integration. So इसने क्या बोला था कि circular behavior, and that is very important for the reducing the conflict. So what is obstacle of the integration requires a high intelligence, keen perception and discrimination. So it is always easier to fight that than to suggest the better way of resolving, as long as intelligence, inventiveness is not there. So resolving the conflict integration would be difficult. Another obstacle was enjoying domination. To many, integration is a tame, and it is not give them a thrill. So Follett says people with such habit pattern always domination to integration, theorizing the problem instead of talking them activities on practical issues, and that was people forgetting that disagreement will disappear if they stop thesis conflict and bring the integration. Language use is the fourth obstacle. Language is the Follett says must be favorable for the reconciliation and should not arouse the antagonist. So a fifth obstacle is integration is the undue influence of the leaders, and fourth like thorough push thorough is there. The plans is based on the preconceived notion. So therefore the plead that there should be a teach the art of the cooperating thinking. So she was talking about the cooperative thinking, and to master the technique of the integration too. Okay, so the giving the order, Follett was examine the length of the question giving order and the principle of the understanding different way of giving order. Okay, सो कॉन्शियस एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए, रेस्पॉन्सिव एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए, और एक्सपेरिमेंटल एटीट्यूड. कॉन्शियस एटीट्यूड का मतलब होता है इट इज़ पॉसिबल टू एक्ट इन एनी मैटर, एंड रेस्पॉन्सिबल टू डिसाइड विच इज प्रिंसिपल वन शुड एक्ट. एंड एक्सपेरिमेंटल का मतलब होता है ट्राई एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड वॉच द रिजल्ट्स. So Follett says that the most of the people, without even knowing the different principles, the underlying give order even day. To her, to know the principle that underlying and giving activities, it is to take the conscious attitude. After recognizing different principle, one must think what principle one should act, and then give order in accordance with the principles. To give order based on the principle of responsive attitude and trying to experiment, noting whether they are succeed or fail. And finally, one should pull the experience of all and see to what extent and in what manner the method of giving order can be changed. Many things of giving order is very simple, but it practice issuing order is very difficult. Past life training, experience, emotion, belief, prejudice from certain habits of the mind, which is the psychologist called the habit pattern, action pattern and motor set. So mental attitude are changed, and one cannot really change people. Sometimes order are not obeyed because of the employee cannot go contrary to the lifelong habits. For instance, Follett says the farmer has a general disposition to manage the land alone. So to bring about the change, Follett suggested building up the certain attitude, providing the release and augmenting the releasing response. And Follett gives the example of the who creates attitude, and that we want with article than just psychological movement, and he produced the contract form. So this is kind of things Follett was talking. And before giving the order, the employee should consider way and means of forming the habits among the employee to ensure acceptance of the order. And this involves the four important steps. Officials should made to see the desirability of the new method, and rules of the office should be changed to make it possible for the official to adopt the new method, and few people should convince the advance adopt the new method. And last step is intensifying the attitude to release, and this will prepare the way of the acceptance of order. So acceptance of order कैसे आएगा? पहला तो है कि मेड टू सी द डिज़ायबिलिटी, डिज़ायर है क्या ये? चेंज द मेक इट पॉसिबल फॉर द ऑफिशियल्स अडॉप्ट द न्यू मेथड, आप न्यू मेथड्स ले लेंगे, शुड बी चेंज द मेथड्स ऑल्सो पॉसिबल, फ्यू पीपल शुड बी कन्विंस्ड, आप कन्विंस करना जानते हैं, एंड लास्ट में है इंटेंसिफाई करेंगे एटीट्यूड को कि आप रिलीज हो रहे हैं। तो फॉलेट देन टर्न एज हर अटेंशन टू द एनवायरमेंट ऑफ गिविंग ऑर्डर्स एंड से दैट द रिस्पॉन्स टू द ऑर्डर डिपेंड अपॉन द प्लेस एंड सर्कमटेंसेस अंडर विच ऑर्डर आर गिवन। तो ये किस पर डिपेंड कर रहा है? प्लेस पर और सर्कमटेंसेस पर। सो शी सेज दैट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ फेवरेबल रिस्पॉन्स टू एन ऑर्डर इज इनवर्स रेशियो टू द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द ऑर्डर, एंड द फोलेट both giving and receiving orders is a matter of integration of circular behavior. They are two dissociate paths of individual. Before integration can made between order given, so there is a need to be the integration within the individual. An order should seeks to unite and integrate. So that is the manner of the giving orders equally important. Alleged harnessing. So that was the conduct of the official is important, and treating men without the regard of their feeling, self-respect result in the strikes. And now depersonalization of the order. From the foregoing it evident the giving order is complex, so therefore stop giving the order and become authoritarian to ensure the compliance, to avoid too much of the bossism in giving order or giving no orders. So Follett was suggesting depersonalization of the order. This involves study of the problem, discover the situation, and obeying it is concerned. One should not give order, another both should agree and take the situation. If order are part of the situation, the question of the someone giving someone receiving does not arise, and both take the situation. Foley said that two heads of the department do not give orders, and each study and situation and decisions are made as a situation demands. So each study and situations and decisions are made, so each depersonalization of the order is not meant, but she gives the example of the boy says no and then get pail of the water to the mother. Follett also observed that the situation is never static, it always developed, therefore the order too should never be static but should always keep pace of situation. The external order can never keep pace with the situation and only the drawn from the situation. So another factor of the keep in the mind, the people would like to be the with someone, not because it's the cannot the functional unity, but giving orders is a complex process, it is fought with the many problems. So this is how much and what kind of the supervision is necessary. Many people do not like the object being watched, supervision is necessary. सो देर इज़ लॉट्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. पावर एंड अथॉरिटी के बारे में फॉलेट ने कहा था. फॉलेट गिव्स अ स्पेशल अटेंशन टू द प्रॉब्लम पावर, कंट्रोल एंड अथॉरिटी. शी वॉज प्रोफाउंड पेनिट्रेटिंग दिस original insight into the analyzing of the power. She was power is the ability to make things happen, to be causal agent, to initiate human being. She make the distinction of the power over and power with. तो उन्होंने कहा था कि कोर्स से पावर होती है पावर ओवर, इसकी जगह हमें पावर विथ के साथ जाना है. दैट इज सेल्फ डेवलपिंग एंटिटी एंड द प्रमोट द बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, रिड्यूस द फ्रिक्शन एंड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड एनकरेज द कोऑपरेशन. सो पावर ओवर, बट थिंक दैट वी शुड try to reduce it, and this can be accomplishing the functional unity. Each has a function and one should also have the authority and responsibility. And Follett इसको believe करती थी. Follett defined the authority as a vested power and the right to develop to exercise power. Authority in terms of status and the subordinate of one another, so and may cause the undesirable reaction also. So therefore it cannot be basis of organization. To her, authority stem from the task being performed and suggests that function is the true basis of the authority. Therefore she says that the central authority जो होती है, deviation of the authority from the chief executive होगा यहाँ पे, ठीक है. So authority of the function in which the each individual has the final authority within the allotted function. She feels that the authority can be conferred on the other and such confronted by not delegation. She expressed in the clear term of the delegation of the authority and obsolete expression. Like authority and responsibility flow from the function and the situation, therefore one should ask for what is the responsibility, to whom responsible. Follett believed the pluralistic of the concept of responsibility. Okay, so Authority and responsibility is important aspect of the achieving the organization goal. Unlike the classical thinker, Follett believe the fact control rather than the man control. तो वो कैसे मानती है, फैक्ट से कंट्रोल करो ना कि मैन से कंट्रोल करो, ठीक है. सो करेक्टेड कंट्रोल दैट सुपर इम्पोज द कंट्रोल सीन्स फैक्ट जो होते हैं दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द सिचुएशन एंड द कंट्रोल शुड बी डिपेंड अपॉन द फैक्ट ईच सिचुएशन इंस्टीड ऑफ द सुपीरियर कंट्रोलिंग बाय द सबऑर्डिनेट. सिमिलरली सिचुएशन आर टू कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड मीनिंगफुल एंड इफेक्टिव. फॉलेट सजेस्ट करती हैं कि कंट्रोल मैकेनिज्म शुड बी को रिलेटेड टू द प्लेस ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आर टू बी वेल इंटीग्रेटेड, यूनिफाइड एंड कोऑर्डिनेटेड, so control should be designed to develop the part of the unifying process and self-regulating, self-directing organism. So Follett feel control tend to be the self-control. So Follett ने प्लानिंग और कोऑर्डिनेशन के बारे में बताया था कि कोऑर्डिनेशन रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशनशिप से होना चाहिए. इंटर रिलेशनशिप कोऑर्डिनेशन बाय द डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल, मतलब शी बिलीव द हॉरिजेंटल कम्युनिकेशन इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर द वर्टिकल चेन ऑफ कमांड. तो वो रेस्पॉन्सिबल की बात करेंगी. कोऑर्डिनेशन अर्ली स्टेज पे होना चाहिए. सो सच पार्टिसिपेशन द अर्ली स्टेज विल बेनिफिट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कोऑर्डिनेशन एक कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस होना चाहिए. सो would be the immense. Similarly, she emphasizing importance of the information based on the continuous research, and information itself should be form of the control. And next, leadership. Follett discussed at length of the process of the leadership. She believed that old ideas of leadership are changing, and Follett leader is not the president of organization of the head, but one who can see all round situation, who see the relative to certain purpose and the policies, who sees the evolving the next situation, understanding how to pass from the situation. According to her, leader is man who can energize the group, who know the encourage the initiative, how to form the what is each give. He is the man who can show what is the order integrated, and leadership goes to the person who can grasp the essential situation and to whom the total interrelatedness is very important. Leader is the expression of the harmonious affective unity. So Follett feels that the found not just as a apex but throughout the organization. Follett like coordination is definition of purpose and anticipation of the three critical function. Follett distinguishing between the different type of the leadership, positional, personality and functional leadership. First, leadership hold the position of the formal authority. Second was because of the leader because of one forceful personality. One the position and personality can be lead much more easily. But the modern organization not a person of the formal authority, so वो lead to whom to the possess the expert knowledge. They exercise the leadership because of the others are influenced by the judgment. Influence कर रहे हो इसलिए आप leader हो. The man possessing the knowledge demanded by the certain situations, and thus the leadership goes to the person with the knowledge of the situations, understanding the total significance, and the expert can give even those the higher rank. So personality play a very important role for leadership, and Follett believed that the success of the organization depend on the sufficiently flexible to allow the leadership of the function, to allow the man with the knowledge and technique of controlling the situation. So Follett called the attention to the emergence of American life leadership like सिचुएशनल अप्रोच बोला. उसने बोला कि लीडर वो होता है जो सिचुएशनल अप्रोच को फुलफ़िल कर ले, मतलब किसी भी सिचुएशन में वो बहुत अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर रहा है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड द लीडर. अब इवेल्यूशन करें तो फॉलेट वॉज कॉल्ड द सम राइटर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्लासिकल थिंकर. वेल कुछ उसे बोलते हैं कि ये एक देयर इज़ नथिंग क्लासिकल इन हर आइडियाज़, बट फॉलेट हरसेल्फ वॉज क्रिटिसाइज ऑफ द क्लासिकल थियोरी. वन डायमेंशन है, मैकेनिस्टिक अप्रोच है एंड साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट नहीं है, बट हर own ideas is various aspect was administration management were not free from the criticism. Like for her ideas were integration were criticized because of the illusory. She was also criticized not interpreting social context of organization scientifically. Bacon ने बोला कि Follett was systematical writer but she threw out the interesting ideas, but there was a consistency तो थी लेकिन अभी भी उसकी ठीक नहीं था सब कुछ. Then two reasons were attributed to the Follett failure gain stage of administration and management. First, she never had the institutional base facilitating the secure of the position. Drucker और ने जो बोला था कि ideology of the cooperation, negotiation, conflict resolution ये सारा कुछ synchronize नहीं कर पा रहा था, ठीक है. Then notwithstanding criticism, Follett contributed administration theory is the seminal, indeed prophetic. her ideas are realm of conflict, integration, coordination, control, authority, about the validity of justification of multidimensional approach, पायनियर फॉर द फंडामेंटल थियोरीज। मेटकाफ और उर्विक जो थे, इन्होंने हर कॉन्सेप्ट वर एडवांस ऑफ हर टाइम। तो ये मेटकाफ और उर्विक ने कहा था कि ये अपने समय से भी क्या है, एडवांस्ड है, ठीक है। दे आर स्टिल एडवांस ऑफ द करंट थिंकिंग, बट दे आर गोल्ड माइन ऑफ द सजेशन एनीवन हु कैन इंटरेस्टेड इन द प्रॉब्लम स्टेबलिजिंग मेंटेनिंग द कोऑपरेशन। इन ब्रीफ कह सकते हैं कि जो फॉलेट जो हैं वो पीटर ड्रकर कॉल द प्रॉफिट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट। तो इसको ड्रकर जो थे, इन्होंने प्रॉफिट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट कहा था। एज ए प्रिंसिपल साइंटिस्ट ऑफ known for her work of social administration business and her work characterizing the practical of wisdom, deep flesh of institution and undepartmentalized thinking, ठीक है। she accorded high importance of problem of conflict, considering the constructive conflict a way of looking at the conflict, constructive reality। तो इसके बारे में इन्होंने डोमिनेशन एंड कंप्रोमाइज इंटीग्रेशन के बारे में बताया। फॉलेट कंसिडर द इंटीग्रेशन इज द बेस्ट वे रियलाइजिंग द डिफिकल्टी अचीविंग द इंटीग्रेशन, डिस्कस अबाउट द मैथड हाउ टू गेट द इंटीग्रेशन, गिविंग ऑर्डर इज इम्पॉर्टेंट मैनेजमेंट। तो उन्होंने लॉ ऑफ सिचुएशन की बात की। शी एनालाइजिंग द नेचर, प्रिंसिपल, कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ गिविंग ऑर्डर एंड सजेस्टेड द डीपर्सनलाइजेशन ऑफ द ऑर्डर। तो ये जो डीपर्सनलाइजेशन की बात की थी, पर्सनलाइजेशन ऑफ द ऑर्डर, दैट इज ऑल्सो बाय द फॉलेट। फॉलेट गिवन द स्पेशल अटेंशन टू द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पावर, अथॉरिटी एंड द कंट्रोल। पावर ओवर की जगह पावर विथ की बात की इन्होंने। एंड शी प्रिफर द फंक्शन एंड द सिचुएशन बेसिस फॉर द अथॉरिटी क्वेश्चन एंड द इफेक्टिवनेस। शी बिलीव द फैक्ट कंट्रोल रादर देन द मैन कंट्रोल। शी डिस्कस वेरियस प्रिंसिपल, प्लानिंग, कोऑर्डिनेशन एंड द सेल्फ एडजस्टिंग, सेल्फ कोऑर्डिनेटिंग। फॉलेट जो है टूक ए ब्रॉड फंक्शन ऑफ द रोल, आइडेंटिफाइंग द कोऑर्डिनेशन एंड द लीडरशिप, डिस्टिंग्विश किया इन्होंने सारा कुछ। सो दिस इज हाउ शी was very good and all that. Okay, so now आज हमने 3 और थिंकर्स के बारे में देखा एंड आई थिंक